Ba-ba-doo. La la la. It's Tooltip Tuesday. It's Tooltip Tuesday. Here we go. Hello. Ugh, there we go. It is me, Jennifer from Little Metal Foxes. And here we go as we get our YouTube all revved up here. Hello and welcome. There
It's
we
Tooltip
go.
Tuesday. Here we
Hi,
go.
everybody. Let me make sure I've got the sound turned down there. There we go. Okay.
No, that was me.
Okay. All
When you
right.
heard yourself, that was me.
Okay, just checking. You never know. So
Exactly.
hi everybody. So
Hello.
hello. So I've got one of these today, a dapping block. The reason that I wanted to talk to you guys about this, doing a little maintenance on these and maintaining your dapping punches as well, is because we've got a forming class, two forming classes actually coming up,
Reforming classes.
three forming classes coming up that we're going
One,
to
2, 3.
that we're going to be using the dapping block for. So a lot of times they can get, collect some rust and in the low-lying areas and kind of get misshapen. Sometimes you end up with, some marks on those. So I just want to do a little tool tip maintenance on that today to get you guys all revved up and prepared.
Ready.
So I'm going to flip my camera over here. Here we go. Boop. And um, let me get this right there. There we go. Ta-da. All right. And let's see. I'll make you guys. There we go. There we go. So you have some controls there. Here we go. And all righty. So this is a dapping block and punch. Real quick, just usage tip on these. Anytime you're using a dapping punch, look how shiny that is.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Look how shiny that is.
Like a Christmas ornament.
I know. So one of the things that people mistakenly do is they'll put the dapping punch into a little well like that, right? And be like, oh, that's perfect. And what's happening is this is sitting right on this edge. It's not actually dropping all the way down. And or they'll, get it into one and it looks
Tip it to the side, the block to the side so you can see. Yeah. So you can, so you're putting a punch. The maximum radius of the punch is bigger than the maximum radius of the depression, and
right.
that's bad. That's
Yeah, and it
bad.
looks like it fits in there because this is slightly beveled. So
Right.
it looks like it's actually dropping all the way down in there, and it's actually not.
It's
So I
not.
want to make sure anytime I'm using the punch that not only does it fit in the hole, but there's enough room for a little bit more than the gauge of the metal in there at least.
Right. So from the
So
side, tip it and show from the side.
so it's dropped
See
down in there, but see how
the
it's got room
it's
to
a
move.
little it's got a little room to move. Yes. The
Right.
punch is
So
smaller than the depression.
yeah, and it's fine to use it in a bigger one. It's just you don't want to put it in something any smaller than, where it's sitting like right on there like a stick shift, it's like that is not what
Right.
you want to do.
Do
Um,
you have any dapping? You probably don't because you're
no, I do
good.
not.
You do
Um,
not.
one of the things that will happen, two things that will happen, is that you'll end up with mushrooming this into your dapping punch. So the edge will get pushed down, but worse, you'll end up with scars all the way around the top of your
Yeah.
dapping punch. So you'll end up damaging both the block and the punch if you're doing that. So if you end up with like these scars that are going all the way around the top of the dapping punch, it's because you're working in a punch or a hole that's too small. And what happens is you end up getting stuff down in there and you can't get it out because there's
Yeah.
now a little lip going all the way around your hole where you're dapping.
I
So
can show you a scar on a wooden one.
you can,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Which
don't
the
have
wooden
any.
ones don't matter as much,
I'm
but
really careful not to do that. Look how shiny
right,
that is. Yeah.
right. Exactly.
Do you have
So,
one
yeah.
you want to show?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can show you this, and then you can just see how what you don't want. Oops. I'm trying to share. Here we go. So this is a wooden dapping punch, which has its uses, right? Like it's really nice for metal that has texture on it. But you
Oh
can
yeah.
see on here that
Oh yeah.
it's been used in a metal dapping block, which is totally fine. That's no problem, right? Like you can use it in a wooden one
Mm-hmm.
or you can use it in a metal one. It's totally fine to use it in a metal one. It's just that the metal one has bitten into it because it's been used. These were ones I used for students. Students
Yeah.
got to use these.
Yeah.
So
Well, and
the
even
metal punch,
even
the metal
your
block has bitten into it.
even your hemisphere, your metal hemisphere that you're dapping can do that to the wooden one. But
Yeah,
the thing is that imagine that on your metal dapping punch.
exactly. This is what you don't
That's
want, is
yeah,
marks like this on your metal dapping punch. And of course, Jennifer takes way better care of her tools. And so she doesn't have any that have those marks on them. But if you go and look at the dapping punches at any
school.
school, they chorus, any place where there are beginner students, because bless their hearts, they make this mistake all the time.
Yeah.
And you just have to do it. You just have to hit it once and you've damaged the punch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
So, yeah.
back to you, Jennifer.
Yeah, thank you. So,
Just wanted to make sure people know what that looks like.
absolutely. So what I usually do with my dapping punches is like this one gets used a lot and has a little wear and tear. So what I'm going to do is clean this up a little bit and to remove any like little rust spots and things like that and kind of even it out. I really like using things like these little fluffy fiber wheels. And I
Mm-hmm.
get a set of these in different grits, and I've got 120, 180, 220, 400. So I've got, you know, a few of them that are different grits.
Okay.
And so I usually, most of what I'm doing is pretty fine. So I don't need to really, I mean, if you need to get something out that's like really like, damaged, start a little coarser. But I'm starting with my 400. I don't need to get in there too, you know, too aggressively. I just want to kind of smooth it down and clean it out. So I'm starting with my 400. So this is kind of nice because I can kind of get in there and really quickly and easily clean up the inside of that. And it's doing a nice job of evening it up and not,
So what are you cleaning off? You're cleaning off scratches?
yeah, it had a few little rust spots and scratches.
Okay, okay.
And
But
so
you also need to be careful that the poofy thing you're using there doesn't have like a screw or something at the bottom that's going to dig
right,
in
right.
because you don't
So
want to create scratches.
right, exactly. So this one's nice and poofy, and so I can get in there and kind of get right to the bottom
Are
of
you
things.
using any compound on there or is it
No,
just
these fiber
these are
wheels are
like
like
the
Scotch-Brites, and they have
okay,
abrasive on them, and so they start at 120, and I think the ones I have go up to like
okay.
400. So, but I get these on Amazon. They're very inexpensive. But I mean, that just cleaned out that whole thing really
All right,
beautifully.
cool.
So, so I'll do that first. I'll kind of take it up and get it up to the 400. Then I'll switch over to these little fluffy felt wheels, and I want to make sure I clean out any grit or anything that's in there.
Oh
And
yeah, you really don't want to leave anything in there because you'll just
right.
jam it into the block or into your piece.
Right. So I've got a bunch of the Flitz products here, and they're great for steel. So this
Mm-hmm.
one's really good as far as like a cleaner. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of using like water, these are great for steel. Um,
Mm.
and so I don't want to use water on this necessarily, but
Because why not?
because I just took all the rust off.
So
But
let's
this,
not put more on.
yeah. So this will basically, and that did a really good job of kind of like getting all that stuff out of there so I don't have any grit left. So that's really good.
Hmm.
Then what I'm going to do is use a little bit of the Flitz compound. And this is it's great for polishing steel. I've been using this since grad school. Um,
Oh.
my instructors there were like, this is the best stuff for cleaning your tools. And so I've always used it since then. But I'll use this as the compound and it works great for metal, plastics, fiberglass, and so on. So I like using Flitz, not a sponsor. Although Flitz, if you need us, let us know. Um, but so I just put like, like toothpaste, a couple of drops in there of this cream,
Hmm.
and then using my
Doesn't that look, that looks like a poof that you'd rest your feet on.
look at
Good
that.
Lord. Oh my gosh.
So so it is really good for sort of getting in there,
Is
shining
that a
around.
felt? Is that like a little felt poofy thing?
Ah, it's a little felt thing. And I usually get like a bag of 100 of these for like 15 bucks or something. They're very inexpensive. And I use them for, metal as well as, my work metal and using them for
Hmm.
Rouge and Tripoli and stuff. But I love them for the, tool cleanup because, woohoo, right?
Oh my
So,
gosh. Look how shiny.
right? So that's getting really nice. So then once again, I'll use a little bit of the cleaner just to boop, clean that out, clean off the compound that's left on there. Look how shiny it's getting, right?
Wow.
So anything that's in here is going to transfer onto my metal. So that's why I want to make
Right.
sure I'm really getting these things
You want it
really
super
clean.
shiny, so the metal is super
Ooh,
shiny.
look at that. So that's looking really good. Then the last thing I'll do is I've got some ceramic sealant, and this also flits. The nano sealant is really good because it's super slick.
Mm,
And
oh, that's an excellent tip.
so this also prevents, and it's like I feel like I'm like zip. It's like anti-friction at this point. So this now is like as shiny as this,
Nice.
right?
Yeah,
So
because one of the things that can happen with the cheaper dapping blocks, sorry, I interrupted you, but one of the things that can happen with the cheaper dapping blocks is that as you're trying to make a hemisphere, it can get stuck, it can get lodged in there.
right,
Right? And the shinier and slipperier the inside of your dapping block is, the less likely something is going to get lodged,
yeah. Now
stuck.
it's a weird optical illusion. It's like it's a dome. It's
Yes, it totally is. Yeah.
so, but this right now is that because that nano coating is
Hmm.
so smooth that it's just like you can't even feel the block because that
Hmm.
ceramic nano coating is just really good. Um, and like I said, Flitz is not a sponsor, but I this little there's a tactical kit they do, for like guns and knives and stuff that has the wax, which is a great sealant. This is far better than something like WD-40, which we all know is
Oh no, to
terrible.
WD-40, no, shouldn't be anywhere near
Yeah.
your shop.
So, but the ceramic sealant is so good, and I use this on my mandrels and all kinds of stuff.
Cool.
But that thing is just is like zero friction.
Nice.
There's nothing I can even feel on there. It's so slick and shiny.
Nice.
So yeah, and I'll do that to all of my all the little indentions. And for the ones that are a little small where I can't get this in, I
Hmm.
usually will use like a big the big cotton swabs that I can get from Harbor Freight
Hmm.
and use the same process, just using a little bit of the Flitz compound and just getting
Hmm.
in there and cleaning those areas out with the Flitz compound. And that gives it a like super shine. I can like that's like water airtight. It's like across the top as I run my hand across it.
Funny.
Um, but yeah, you can use those with um a little bit of um oh gosh, like Fabuluster or
Hmm.
Tripoli on those. Zam works great on steel.
Yeah.
So, if you've got some of those materials, those work
Well, I
really
wouldn't use Tripoli unless you've got really bad pits.
well. Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're using like Zam works great on steel and chrome,
Hmm.
and you can get that at the hardware store as well.
Or
Um,
Fabulister, but both of those are more, they're little, they have some tooth, but they're much less abrasive. I think of Tripoli is much more aggressive.
yeah, but
I'm
there you
just
go.
always worried about, grinding away I want my hemispheres to stay hemispherical, right?
Right.
I finally bought, I tell you, this was a game-changing set of tools that I finally bought a really nice set of Durston hemispherical, spherical dapping punches and true hemispherical dapping block.
Right.
There, it was. life changing because I had this really inexpensive, well, relatively inexpensive. It was a lot of money when I bought it, 30 years ago, but they were, yeah, just the basic dapping block that's all 4 6 sides and then dapping punches, but the punches weren't true spheres.
Right.
And it's just one of those places where the precision machined tools are really,
Yeah.
really, really worth the money.
I had a really, really crummy set that I had for a long time. This set I actually got from Amazon. And it has a huge set of the punches. It has the block. It has the swage blocks. It has a number of different shapes and all kinds of stuff. So this has been really good and not as expensive as like a Durston set. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's nice to have a good set. But if you take care of them too, you know, it's
Right,
gonna
but there's no amount of taking care of something that was not round to start with. I mean, that's the problem. That is fundamentally the problem. And I think in the intervening decades from the time when I bought mine, that like the milling and machining
it's
of
gotten much
those
better.
low end tools has improved, right?
Yes,
So that's
I
the
would
good
agree.
news for people buying tools now is that the lowest end of tools are better, much better quality
Right,
than, or some of them are, not all.
right.
Like I had dapping punches that were like, I mean, like the heads weren't,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, cool. All right, everybody. Go clean your dapping blocks and
Go
punches.
get ready. Get ready for jingle bells and chime balls and holiday spoons.
That's right. Holiday spoons. Yes, indeed. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. There you go. There's your tip for Tuesday. Make sure did you hit the like button? There. Like button's down there. Ring the bell. Do all the things. Subscribe so you know when we're live. So you guys have a great week and we'll see you next week for Tool Tip Tuesday. Bye, everybody.